So this is 22nd of April. Beautiful day. I had so much beautiful, everything worked perfectly fine. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm actually rounding up my documentation and everything here seems perfect. Okay, I was able to complete this project. I can't believe I did it. I can't believe I did it. I'm happy, I'm delighted. Okay. Oh, I'm happy. I've been writing documentation, so I'll do. Mm-hmm. Everything, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Oh, more. Okay, so this is it. I'm telling myself that I can't sleep now because I still have so much to do. Okay, this function would operate on the following steps. Arrange the teams and matches into objects. Good. Into objects and push all. Ah, ah, merge. Push. Okay. Okay. I was. Okay. Alright. No more. I think I need to go back there. On something. Yeah. Okay. 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 More. Okay. So this is all done. Beautiful. Writing documentation is one of the hardest things. Now I understand why most companies they have software developers that they will employ, and all the software developers who know the code is so plan long, move from one department to another, know what the developer is doing and write it into documentation. I think I'll definitely need to have someone do this in the company. Someone who'll be able to write documentations. I'm happy, I'm beginning to figure out most things myself. It's a journey that I really love, and I know years from now, I would have so much. Now I understand why they say you should look for a mentor and try to learn from him. Imagine all the mistakes and realizations I'm making on the process of creating all this. One day I would, you know, perfectly be in a position where the components are doing well. And imagine I'm mentoring someone and I'm teaching them virtually everything I've learned. It simply means they won't have to go through the errors I'm going through. They won't have to go through the ups and downs. They'll just pick in the nugget and so that's beautiful. This function would operate on the following steps: arrange the team and matches into objects, after which the objects are pushed, or after which the objects are pushed into an array. Okay, the array will be send on the property. Okay, good. After after saving the matches in an array in an array object like okay, we would append the objects the objects onto the matches properties within um within the exportable, I think that one is here, exportable format variable. Okay, this function would operate on the following steps: arrange the teams and matches into objects, after which the objects are pushed into an array. After saving the matches in an object like after saving the matches in an object like variable, in an object like manner, hmm we would append the array object. Uh, or um append. Okay, we will let me say we would create locate a variable called exportable format, and this variable will include data of the fixtures along with a property called matches. I think it's a matches. The property matches would. Okay, let me focus. Problem is I can keep doing that all day. I can keep coding all the time. Today I'm not even coding. I'm writing documentation. So one of the benefits of writing these documentations is, God forbid, if I'm driving right now and I have an accident and I lost my memory, and for whatever reason I'm being brought in front of my computer, to continue from where I've stopped on the software. Within 2 to 3 days read, I can come back. The way I structured my codes before, there were no manual, there were no documentation, there was really nothing to really let anyone know them stuffs. So I was the only person who knew how the code works. And where the problem is I'm no longer handling my company like I'll be the one handling it for a long time. I'm handling my company like I would one day have lots of team people come into it. So I'm seeing it like this is a night where nobody has come into the office, and I'm alone sitting there and dark at night trying to do all the work in hopes that in the morning when everybody resumes the office there'll be so many people and it's gonna be like 11-story skyscraper and I'm the founder. Yeah, so these nights are me writing this documentation, planning the architecture and the structure of the company, putting in all the work, doing everything I can do. So in the next 1,000 days, the company will materialize into something where I would have lots of people become collaborators. What I'm doing right now is something that I'm lucky to have known it's necessary. Like, imagine writing codes where, okay, you're writing this code and doesn't make sense in any way. So if you're writing a code only you understand, no documentation, you can't even push it to someone and say, "Oh, help me complete because the person will be more confused than anything. So this prediction softwares are like my life work, and here I'm here documenting every single step, every single thing I'm doing, why I'm doing it that way, every single approach, why I'm approaching it that way. So basically, if anybody have their hands on this folder and they're really good in coding, within 3 to 4 days, they can actually know how to create up their own system that will be able to process and model and predict any virtual football platform. I never wanted to do something like this because I was okay with cramming how my softwares work and the functions and everything. But like I said, it's no longer just about us anymore. So today is the 22nd of April, and what would today's gist be? Honestly and sincerely, I've received so many messages after yesterday's gist, and I want to take my time to go through those messages and work with them. My friend is at news has sent me lots of suggestions, books, and material. I want to take my time to review them. I also have Miracle who has reached out to me. She was supposed to help me build up my LinkedIn. I also have my brother Chicks. So there is so much around me at the moment. What I want to do is complete this documentation, finish everything has to do with Renaps prediction, Renaps server base. I want to complete. I want to get done with this whole Renaps so I can just be free to do other things. So only then can I start replying messages and going through other things. At the moment, I just feel everything is like paused at the moment. I want to be able to focus on one thing at a time and execute it properly. I'm tired of hopping into this and hopping into that. I want to be efficient enough to work on something and complete it. So for now, I've not even uploaded any of my messages. I can see people already shouting. The ones who don't know me are already calling me names because I'm not replying, but I don't care anyway. So let me try and finish up this documentation. When I'm done, I can come back again and listen to the messages and prepare my next set of tasks because I have a couple of tasks that I wrote out the other day and I was not even clear them, and I feel so ashamed of myself. But yet still I'm just a human being. The thing is not to be so fast to do them. It's to do them and do them efficiently. Like now I've had to like change the name of some functions, commented my codes more, written both. I'm done with the normal documentation now, because before I had just a readme file and a fixture engine file, which is like readme as well. But I now decided to start creating a personal journal for each betting platform. Is this still necessary? I don't know, sure. No, no, I don't know. I think they're all basically almost the same thing. But I think I will just, I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Um. Okay, let me complain. Let me check because I have a readme file here. Contents like every normal thing. Yeah. Doesn't list the steps precisely. I also have a readme file created for sporty bets. Like there's whole steps and virtually almost all the steps are like basically almost the same thing. Mm. Okay, with exception of something like this in some places. Let me just. I know it feels like it's too much work, but I mean it's worth it. It's something you do now and it stays for a very long time. It's not like this manuals always be updated, so just write them well. If anybody is working on Bet King, you can go over to Bet King manual, read over it about Bet King manual, head over to the documentation on the engine, read over. So that way you become proficient. I should forget about the inconfidences. I should just give it everything I can. So today's gist is just me telling you that I've been working on this since morning and I'm here to be done. I was happy with the amount of um reach out I got, and I would want to go back again to read those messages and work with everybody who is extending their helping hands. The people I call family are not the people I'm tired with biologically. The people I call friends are not the people that are in my environment. The people who would want to extend their helping hand. Most of us have the definition of friends, misinterpreted. You just have somebody because you're in the same neighborhood, in the same compound, around you. They're not your friend. How they your friend? That's at the end of the whole day. You see people who don't even care about you or wish you well around you. So in my own case, who I pick as my family are people like you, who call me up here every day on my chest and try to support me and try to share something positive with me. I'm happy. When I started up this year, I had so much enthusiasm and I was saying it, I'm gonna be a billionaire with so much force. I never knew that the journey wasn't just as easy as I thought. I never knew I would learn so much about how completely structureless I was. Um, I was working with the wrong crowd, how I was doing things the wrong way, approaching things the wrong way. Should I say the journey of being a billionaire, 75% has to do with learning what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And 25% is you doing what you should do and avoiding what you shouldn't do. But the knowledge of what you should do and what you shouldn't, it's very big because no billionaire is ready to sit down to tell you how and what they do and what they do. So that's where you have to start reading books. And that's where you have to start planning ahead. That's where you have to start reflecting on your own life and comparing it to that of other people. Like I saw rather a video this evening on Stephen Jobs. The way Stephen Jobs made mention of how at Apple they work more in a collaborative state and everybody's given an opportunity to bring something to the table. He said it's not about hierarchy over there. So at Apple it's not one person, oh you only report to this, without this person you're no one, that no, it's actually like a collaborative state. So I want to build a company where everybody is involved and everyone is trying to come up with the next suggestion that will move us. I want a family kind of team, and you can only build a family kind of team when you pick people who feel the same way. Feelings are really very powerful. Feelings is actually the purpose. When you have people who are freedom fighters, they all feel one way. They all feel chained and they want freedom. And then you see that it's powerful. You don't go and employ freedom fighters based on people who have strength to fight. They might have the strength, but do they have the will? Do they have the feelings, to put on through, even when they have no reason to? So that is where you come and you pick people who feel the same way, who are tired of the oppression, who are tired of what the government is doing. Now, the same thing applies to business. No matter how, the people who love what you're doing, the people who would want to help you build. Most people are builders, while most people just want to build their own. So, me, for instance, I figured out that's why coming up. But we'll talk later, some other time. I can't promise it tomorrow because this documentation might take a whole lot from me. But this is the gist for today, and I promise to be doing it ahead of time. So, this is 10 p.m. I'm glad I had enough time to say my mind. Tired of doing it every 11 p.m. where I have almost no time to do it and I'm wasting it already to do an upload before it crosses the next day. So, currently working on my documentation. See you all later. Thank you for tuning in on today's gist.